Welcome to McCamley Field for tonight's Big 8 contest between the Portage Central Mustangs and the Knights of Norrix. I'm Bill Hill up here in the booth along with Vern Inglesby and Tom Monroe to bring you tonight's Big 8 contest. Close to kickoff here, so I'm going to turn it right over to Coach Inglesby, and he's going to give us a little bit of a rundown on the Knights of Norrix.
Okay, Norrix's one-loss record is 1 win, 5 losses. They started the season with 3 losses. They lost to Battle Creek, Harper Creek, Battle Creek, Lakeview, and St. Joe. Then they defeated Benton Harbor, and they've lost the last 2 weeks to Battle Creek Central and Kalamazoo Central. Now, I had the privilege of seeing them play against St. Joe, and they played St. Joe very tough. They're a very good team. Their record doesn't show that, but a few long passes determine that game. And of course, Norrix, the last 2 years, they've been 8-1. They've had great teams over there, and they have several players yet. They have 11 returning lettermen, 21 seniors that played on those teams, so they know how to win. The person we're going to have to look for tonight is their tailback, number 22, Marcus Reese. He's their leading ball carrier. Their quarterback is Josh Ioka, and their fullback is number 12, Dwight White. He is just, he's not on the regular program, so I guess he's only been out for a couple of weeks. There's kind of a mystery there. They have 2 all-conference players back, so Norrix is better than their record. That's why we checked this one.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, let me give you the starting offense for Portage Central. We have at center 67, senior Matt McIntosh. Right guard 56, Justin Grieger. He's a senior. At left guard is they've got 60, and I believe that's Jason Hodge, who's a senior. And that's what I can find in the program there.
Yes.
And right tackle, 71, Brooks Monroe, a senior. Left tackle, number 73, Clark Jensen, a junior. Tight end is number 80, T.J. Nelson, a senior. At one wide receiver is Rob Melsby, a senior, number 22. Another senior at the other wide receiver, number 25, Nick Anderson. The halfback is 32, Jamison Putnick. He's a junior. Fullback is number 30, Brad Dimmick, a junior. And there's the kickoff. And
Scott Taylor took
Scott
that
Taylor,
kickoff, and he wouldn't go down.
brings it up to the 47-yard line. We're a little hurried here at the beginning. We had a little bit of a technical problem, so we'll try to get caught up with you. The offense of Portage Central takes the field. The quarterback, number 12, junior Ryan Cubitt. So the Mustangs start out on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
The Mustangs are starting with 2 tight ends. They have been playing 2 wideouts. They're in their twin set backfield.
And there's a flag. Somebody's offsides there.
Jumped offside.
Now, you think that has anything to do with the weather, Coach, going with the 2 tight ends?
Well, I don't know. It could be the weather, or it could be that Coach Niles wants to even up the defensive front. When you have a wide receiver at a split end, usually you only have 6 down linemen on the line of scrimmage. The defense will overshift. So if you go to 2 tight ends, then they play more straight-up defense, and that might be what Coach Knight has in mind here.
Okay, so now it's 1st and 5 with the penalty offsides on Norrix. Cubitt back to throw. Going deep to Melsby. And it's incomplete.
Okay, Coach Knight likes to open up the game with a long fade pattern, and that time it was to Rob Melsby, and it was just a little bit overthrown. And Rob Melsby did a tremendous job there to making sure that the Lloyd Norrix player did not intercept it.
Yeah.
And now Nick Anderson in the wide receiver, so now he's back to his 2 wide out set.
Okay, second down now. Cubit back again. Gets away from one. Gets away from the whole rushing. It's going deep. Oh, and he overthrows Melsby down on the 10-yard line. Had him wide open. Melsby was behind him.
Yep. And Ryan Cuba did an excellent job to escape all that
Boy, he had about 5 people back there. I think 2 of them got their hands on him.
Well, that would have been a big play if they could have connected.
Well, a little more rainbow on it, perhaps?
Yeah, I think he let him just a little bit too much. Of course, it's tough to throw to a receiver because Melsby was kind of stopped, and Cuba didn't really know if he was going to go left or right, so he just laid it out there a little bit too far.
All right, and Portage Central takes a timeout with 3rd and 5. Well, give me a little idea of what tonight's weather might do to a game like Portage Central or a team like Portage Central.
Well, Portage Central this year is emphasizing the passing game, and in fall weather, there are 2 schools of thought. The first thought is it benefits the offensive team because the offensive receivers know where they're going and the defense has to react to the routes. The other, conversely, of course, if the ball is wet, it's harder to throw and it's harder to catch. I have a son that lives in Eugene, Oregon, and I go out there to visit him, and I've talked to some people out there that follow football. And in Oregon, everybody passes, and it rains every Friday night. So there goes your theory, you can't pass in the rain.
Okay. Here we are with 3rd down.
Can't catch in the rain, yeah.
That's the theory I've heard.
Never heard that theory, yeah.
Ooh, he didn't do it.
Tried to throw the screen. Got away. Nice block there. Throws on the run.
Out of bounds.
And Melsby just out of bounds. And another flag comes down.
We might have had a man downfield, I'm not sure.
78 was down there in ways.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes when the quarterback scrambles like that, the offensive linemen forget track of where the line of scrimmage is and just kind of meander downfield. That's what happened there.
As you can see, the referee is speaking to the captain of the Knights, so it's going to be assessed probably against the Mustangs.
You got to realize, though, from where he threw that ball, it was a long way to the line of scrimmage. Can you go across the line very far?
Maybe,
3 yards?
Maybe maximum. I'm not sure exactly how far, but
I think that's what the coaches were asking. Where was the lineman at?
Mm-hmm. Well, Norrix took that penalty. That surprises me.
Me too. That would have put him in 4th down. 4th and 5. Now it's 3rd and 10. And Norrix puts
Wait a
minute.
Is there a loss of down?
They're saying 4th down, but he didn't signal loss of down. I don't think Coach Knight realizes it. The referee said 4th down, but the down box says 3rd down. Yes.
And Norrix is confused too.
Yes.
So we'll sort this out.
Norrix had only 10 on the field. Here comes number 11 now.
They substituted 4 or 5 people on that, thinking probably it was supposed to be a punting situation. But if you take the penalty, you get the down over again.
Well, we played 32 seconds, and each team has called a timeout. That's quite unusual.
Now, we used to do some things a little differently if we had an idea it might rain on Friday.
Well, we wore rain gear, for one thing.
That helps.
Yeah.
And we also did some dunking, too, didn't we?
Yeah, we used to practice during the week. Bright sunny day, we'd take a bucket of water out and dip the ball in the water between each play. So we get used to handling a wet ball, hand off, because usually if you don't practice with a wet ball and you go out there and the ball is wet, you're going to fumble and drop the ball. And so it's good to practice with a wet ball in anticipation of a rainy night. It's about impossible to get through the fall without one night in the rain.
Okay, it's 3rd down and 10 on the 47-yard line. Cubit back, being rushed.
7-0.
Brought down on the play by Jeremy Hewlett. Junior, 6'1", 248 pounds, and went right around the blocker, got a hold of Cubit, and down he went. So the first punting situation goes to the Mustangs, and they'll be punting the ball from their own 41-yard line on 4th down. Cubit back to punt, and he's got off some dandies this year, and they respect him. They're back end over end. Going to hit on about the 28, picked up on the 15. Run back by Pete Wyman. Back to the, they're going to place it on about the 21-yard line.
And Ben Babcock made the tackle down there, did a good job of containing, used the sideline well.
Okay, 1st and 10 Knights, 21-yard line. Full house backfield. Tailback picks it up.
77.
Brought down by Taylor.
Scott Taylor didn't play last week, and I talked to him in the hall this week, and he was really, really dying to get out there and play.
That was number 22, Marcus Reese.
Of course, Scott's a 3-year starter for us, so he's the anchor out there on that defensive line. Lloyd Norrix has got a power I backfield, which means they have the I formation and then a right halfback, or he can go in motion left, and then they're, like he's doing now. Okay, now they're coming this way. Of course, he's the lead blocker out there.
That's Reese, 22, and he's got room. And he cuts back.
He may go.
Nice cutback.
He's gone.
Unless we get a dumb block here. No, we're going to get him.
Yeah.
44.
And
good job.
Brought down after a long run by Dan Schofield, number 44, but not before Reese brings it down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7. Nice cut back up here about midfield. Had an angle on him. He cut back against the grain, and that got him another 42 yards.
70 yards.
70-yard run.
Well, this has been a problem with the Mustangs all year, giving up the big play. And it looks like Marcus Reese is injured. He might have pulled something. When you run that far, you get pretty gassed out, and then to be pulled down the way he was, he might have twisted something. Now the Mustangs are going to have to make a goal line stand here.
Opening part of the ball game. And as you can see on your screen, he's limping a little bit.
He's limping.
Left leg.
Yes.
And they don't want to lose him. He's a good-looking running back. He's 5'8", 173-pound junior. And taking his place is number 6, Darrell Cook, another junior.
This time they're
six going into 6 is quarterback. So they've changed that since they brought it up. 45 comes running up in the middle. And we don't have a 45 on the roster here.
Okay, that time Lloyd Norrix went to an uneven line. That means they have 4 linemen on the left side and 2 linemen on the right side of the center, and they're heavy that way, so this is strictly a power offense. Okay, now they're heavy to the right side. And so the Mustangs are going to have to overshift on that left side there, left defensive side. Now he comes in motion. Watch the quick pitch.
It's 45 again, cuts back up.
He may go in.
And he's down just short.
6 yards.
Melsby came up about the 8-yard line and made him stop and change directions, which gave the herd a chance to get over there, and they put him down. They're going to put it down, on 1-foot line, where it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard for a touchdown. Quarterback is Darrell Cook, a junior. One running back is 45, who we don't have on the program. We'll just call him 45.
12.
And it's touchdown by Dwight White. number 12. So on the board first are the Knights of Loy Norrix after a 70-yard run. That's not the way we wanted to start out, Coach.
Well, it's interesting. We lost pretty handily last week to Portage Northern, and it's kind of curious as to how the Mustangs would get started this week. Okay, they're in their power offense again.
Going to go for 2?
Yes. Watch a quick pitch to the right. There it is.
45 heads outside, but he's not going to get it.
Jared Hoopengarner made that tackle, along with Jason Scudder.
So with 8:06 remaining here in the first quarter, the score's Loy Norrix 6, our Portage Mustangs 0. Well, we had a couple opportunities there on offense, but the big play that hurt us was, of course, when he was sacked on 3rd down and 10. Well, we had a couple open receivers, and I'm sure that if we have him open like that again, he's going to hit him once or twice.
I think so.
We'll get there. We haven't seen a running play yet, have we, Tom?
No. Well, we had a sack. That counts.
Okay. Back deep at number 25, Nick Anderson, and Chris Winkle, number 40. Kicking for the Knights, number 74, Matisse Grants. Another junior. So they're playing a lot of underclassmen at the key positions anyway.
Did he kick the first time?
They didn't kick the first time. Yeah, you too, yeah.
I thought it was 34. No?
And it's picked up and dropped
He can't get up.
and slipped down. Ryan Deal, number 82. We're going to get the ball in good field possession over the 30-yard. Nope, they're going to put it down just inside the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs. And they keep alternating the footballs, trying to keep them dry. It doesn't look like it's raining out there, but it might be a drizzle. Now we have the 2 wideouts on the same side of the field. And we run this way on the option. And Cubitt squirms forward for about 3 yards before he's tackled by Glenn Moore, number 1. They're going to put it on the 32, gain of, we'll call it 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they have the wideouts, 1 on each side, which is what you normally see from the Mustangs. Cubitt runs the pitch that way. And drop down there. Mike Rogers drops Putnick for a 2-yard loss to put it right back where it was 2 plays ago. It'll be 3rd down and 10. So it doesn't look like outside's going to work. Let's see if they come back with something up the middle or counter up the middle, which they run with some success usually.
Norrix is in a prevent defense. They are assuming we're going to pass, and they're right.
He's open.
He's open out.
And he's open for a long run.
Great block by Nick Anderson. He sprung him, and he is all the way.
Nice play to T.J. Nelson for 70 yards. So we match him 70 yards by 70 yards.
Great heads-up play there by Nick Anderson.
Hey, that was a great cross coming across the field and making that block.
Yep, that sprung him. It turned a 15-yard play into a 70-yard play. And T.J. Nelson showed very good quicks there.
Well, you notice how you always run faster? Can you remember that when the end zone was ahead of you and nobody else?
And you can hear someone breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
Fear is a great incentive, yeah. You think you're going to get tackled.
Cuban's going to try extra point with Ian Lennon holding. A little low, put down.
Oh, great job by Ian Lennon.
No good.
He put the ball down, though. He did a super job. It's hard to call from here. That looked good to me.
Yeah. I'd give it to him.
Yep. I guess that's why the referee isn't up in the press box.
So with 6:37 remaining here in the first quarter, both teams have scored, and both teams have not been successful on the extra point attempt, so the score stands at 6-6.
We have an interesting standings in the Big A Conference. We have 4 teams tied for first at 3-1. Of course, we're playing Norrix. Battle Creek Central is also 3-1. They're playing Niles. St. Joe is 3-1, and they're playing Benton Harbor. And Portage Northern is 3-1, and they're playing Kalamazoo Central. So none of the leaders are playing each other this week. So it's possible we could all be 4-1 going into the
last 2 weeks.
Week. Yeah.
And we've got 2 games left, one on the road, and then our last game is here at home.
That's correct. We go out to Kalamazoo Central, and then our last game, which is also homecoming, will be here 2 weeks from tonight against Battle Creek Central.
And it looks to me like the referee is explaining what that is he's holding there.
Yeah. Yep. And we're saying don't go so fast.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yep.
All right, Nick Anderson to kick off. And it's short. It hits the ground. Picked up on the 18-yard line by 45.
Look out,
He's
look
got
out.
room. And hauled down on the 14-yard line. His number on that? Hauled down by Jason Putnick.
Yeah, Norrix.
68 yards.
68-yard run there, huh, Tom?
Yep.
And we just sent somebody down to try and...
Nate Jordan.
We have it. Number 45 for Norrix is Nate Jordan. Cook under center, the quarterback. Number 12 runs up the gut there. He's the one that scored.
It's Dwight White.
That's Dwight White.
11 and 85.
And in the pile there on the tackle, we've got Scudder and Price. Gain of 4 yards on the play.
Well, we need to have a bad play. Now they're in this power offense, unbalanced line, heavy backfield, and they're just running right at us. They're toe-to-toe out there.
Small splits.
Small splits. We have to submarine. That's about all we can do. Here they come wide.
We have people there.
Oh, great play. Great play.
Yep. A little gain, if any, on that. Nate Jordan, the runner. We got Babcock and Schofield in on the tackle. Yeah, they got out there in a hurry that time. Babcock didn't let them get around outside.
Well, they've run that quick pitch quite a few times now, and I think we've kind of adjusted to it.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6. They've got to get inside the 5-yard line for a first down.
Reese is not out there, so he must be injured. Oh yeah, good hit. Yep. Yeah.
Jordan runs into the Mustang line right in the middle, and the whole line was there to bring him down on the 10-yard line.
That looks like Mustang defense out there.
That puts them at 4th down now.
Since they didn't kick their extra point, I don't think they're going to try a field goal.
I would be surprised. This is where you
No,
have
they're gonna.
It
They're
might be a play action pass.
They're going to run a pitch to the wide side.
We have him covered. Oh, not that guy.
Oh.
Guy in the end zone we had. He was open right there.
He was open on the 1-yard line, but the ball was overthrown. And the Mustangs hold the second time the Knights get down close to the goal line. So the Mustangs take over the ball on their own 9-yard line.
Good job.
That's just the spark we needed, perhaps, to get us started.
Okay, now we have to sustain something. Basically, we've had one positive play all night, and we have to get something going here. Okay, we have 2 tight ends, 1 wide out.
McIntosh, the center. hiking the ball to Cubitt. Cubitt keeps, looks for a hole. Struggles up for a gain of perhaps 2 yards.
Number 2.
And he's tackled in there by Snocky and Dwight White. Well, they gave him more than that. They gave him 4 yards on that play.
Well, 3.
3 yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 7 then.
Good, Bill. I know.
White out to this side. And the whistle blows before the play can get underway.
Who was it?
Illegal procedure on the offense.
That was thrown by the umpire, and he stands right behind the defensive line, so probably he saw one of our offensive linemen move before the ball was snapped.
And into the game, we have Lennon and Braxma and Anderson, which are used a little more as receivers than the other people in those positions.
Now we're going to...
Now we're looking at a spread here.
Out, yes.
2 on each side. This is something new that we haven't seen. Had to get rid of it in a hurry.
He's got it.
He went the wrong way, though.
Yeah.
Go for a first down there, Nick.
Number 2 point.
Nick tries to squirm forward to get the first down, but not before Snotke and Peterson wrap him up.
And there's a penalty on the play. Where it was thrown, it might be holding.
They're talking to the Loy Norrix captain, which is Nick Snotke. And they're going to walk it off.
So it negates the pass.
And it's now going to be 2nd down and 15. In the shadow of our goalposts, as they say, down on the 4-yard line.
The linemen really have to block because there is no secondary blocker back there.
That's right.
There was a little heat on Cubitt on that one.
Yeah. You'll probably see some quick patterns.
He's open.
Oh, and he fumbled it.
They got it.
And they recovered it.
Number 20.
Down to Lennon, had it in his hands, and when he got hit, he gave it up, and Justin Peterson made the recovery, so it's going to be Loy Norrix ball on the 30-yard line. That's too bad. They had that first down. Wrap it up.
Okay, Norrix is staying in their heavy formation.
Power I.
Yep.
Put somebody in motion. Quick pitch. Jordan comes this way. Sneaks inside to 30. Gains perhaps a yard. And that's Price and Lennon on the tackle.
Boy, I tell you, Rob Melsby took on that lead blocker, and he probably gave up 100 pounds and paid the price. But what he did is he took the blocker out of the play, and that let the pursuit come through. Super job by Rob Melsby out there. And good pursuit by the Mustangs.
2nd down and 9. Nice play. They took the running back out of the play. Quarterback had nobody to give it to as soon as he started back upfield. Ben Babcock was there to meet him. And there was no gain on that play, which is going to bring a 3rd down and 10.
When you run an unbalanced line, of course, you have a short side and a wide side, and it's easier to get outside on that short side, and you usually have more power on your wide side. So now they have the short side of the wide field, and they have the backfield heavy that way.
Back to throw. Ball bobbled over there. Ball, it was bobbled by Cordell Brooks. But Cliff Price was there with him. He was open.
Yep.
He couldn't hang on to it.
Well,
so
quarterback made a nice play on a pass on it. He laid it right over the defender.
Right over Price, yeah.
And Cliff may have got a hand in after it was being bobbled there and knocked it out. Or he may have just dropped it.
Many possibilities there.
a 4th down now, and they've got to go 10 yards for a first.
Okay, unbalanced left, heavy right again.
Back to throw. No.
That's Chris Jenny.
Yeah, that's Chris Jenny.
Super
that
blitzing.
got in there and got him. So the Mustangs, they lost 11 yards on the play, or 6 yards on the play. The Mustangs going to take over on their own 36-yard line. Now, that's the kind of defense we're used to seeing the Mustangs play the last 2 times Norrix had the ball. And I see Scott Taylor really limping coming off the field here.
Yeah, he's not 100%. He hurt his ankle against Niles 2 weeks ago, and he didn't play at all last week. And but Scott is all courage. He'll go as best he can.
Cubitt on the counter and no go. Just a step late on that before brought down by Mike Rogers and Matt Ames. So they're going to give him a loss of 1 on the play. Ball back on the 35 where it'll be 2nd down. So far, Coach, it's been a game of spurts by both teams.
Right, big plays. Yep.
Let's have one.
Yeah, I don't think either team's had a first down other than on a long play.
It's fumbled and recovered. The handoff there between Dimmick and Cubitt mishandled, but they gained a yard on the fumble.
That's a problem you always have on the veer play. Does the back think he's going to get the ball, or does the quarterback think he's going to keep the ball? And a lot of times the result is the ball ends up on the ground.
And it's the quarterback who makes that decision, right?
Right, not the ball carrier.
All right, 3rd and 8. Fake a draw.
Screen out
there. But you can't go to your knees because you're down.
And you can't run if you drop it. So
Jamison Putnick out there is the receiver. And it'll be 4th down in a punting situation for the Mustangs. And that also ends the first quarter, with the score tied at 6. Both teams scoring, both teams missing the extra point. Loy Norrix tried to go for 2, didn't make it. The Mustangs tried to kick, and that was wide also. So we start the second quarter here with the Knights of Loy Norrix inside Mustang territory, where they've been most of the night. And the Mustangs trying to stop them again. You know, there's not much wind, Coach. It's just, well, there is coming across the field more than down the field.
I think the rain has stopped too. When the game started, there was just a kind of a
drizzle
mist going on. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of how wet the field will be, how slick it'll be out there for running.
Okay.
Great kick.
Cubitt kicks, and it rolls.
Bounce. Good bounce.
And Wyman's going to let it roll dead on the 11-yard line. So that's a great kick. Puts Loy Norrix back deep in their own territory.
Okay, now we're going to have a good defensive stand and get field position.
Mustang defense, let's pick up some numbers for you. Number 11 is Jason Scudder. Number 34 out there is Jared Hoopengarner. Number 22, of course, is Rob Melsby. 85, Cliff Price. 56, Justin Greiger.
Okay, Norrix went back to their regular spread offense that time, so 2 wideouts and the I formation.
And first one in on the tackles, Greiger, number 56. I see Matt McIntosh is going both ways tonight. Babcock, number 86.
Is it 12 or 45 right now?
Scott Taylor, 77.
12 quarterback, 12 carried the ball that game.
It's going to be second down and 7. 2 wideouts, I formation. Second person through. And he gets through the line of scrimmage before Babcock and Price make the tackle. It's going to be third down now, and we'll call it 4 yards.
Both these backs for Norrix are big kids, and they run hard, so we're going to have to, we can't be tackling them higher. They'll run right through us.
We got a new quarterback in there, Coach, Josh Ioka.
Yeah, he's been the quarterback most of the year. I don't know why he wasn't in there earlier.
He looks for middle, and that's...
Penalty. He had him early.
It's a catch anyway, so...
22. Oh, he's saying no catch.
Tackle. Oh, okay.
But we got a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Melsby wrapped him up pretty early, but he caught the ball anyway, which is pretty hard to do if you're wrapped up, but...
I thought he caught it.
Well, the official came in and waved it off.
Yeah, they're like that.
Now, at least you haven't mentioned anything about their leader dog yet.
It'll be first down now for the Knights up on the 32-yard line.
Well, so far, the Mustangs are piling up the penalties here.
Ioka back to throw again. He's going long.
Ooh, that might be another one.
No, I don't know who you'd call it on.
And that's Scudder, number 11, who had James Thomas covered real well on that throw. That was up for grabs. But Scudder was behind him, and he just couldn't get around in the front, get his hands on the ball. So it's going to be second down and 10. Counter play, and he's tripped up. He had some room there. That was Dwight White, and tripped him up was Chris Jenny. Or one more step, and he'd had some running room there. So it's going to be third down now and 8 yards to go. Trying to run the option, give it a pitch, and he's not going to make it. He's going to get up to the 38-yard line before he's dropped by Melsby. And it's a punting situation for the Knights, and I believe it's their first punt, isn't it, Tom?
Yes.
They've been in our end of the field so often that they haven't had to punt. Now we're going to see what kind of punter they have. And the punter is 50, looks like 50. Josh McFadden. I've got two 50s here, Josh Vo and Vlad McFadden.
Vlad McFadden?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be a penalty. They had 12 guys came out of the huddle. Then one guy went off to the side.
And he got it off. And it's going to roll dead around the 25-yard line.
That might have been a forearm right there. You didn't call it. Number 3.
So it'll be first down Mustangs on the 25-yard line.
37 yards of low return.
Let's see if we can get something going here. There's 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. The score is Loy Norrix 6, Portage Central 6. Two wide outs, one tight end, and a split backfield. First person through.
Fumble. 7-0. They got the ball.
And Norrix gets the ball.
Winkle.
Handed off to Winkle. Winkle fumbles, and Norrix dives on it. And once again, they have the ball deep in Portage Central territory on the 14-yard or 24-yard line.
Holy moly. We can't keep giving him
Nope.
too many more opportunities here.
First person through, and Taylor meets him right there at the line of scrimmage.
We do that, we can.
And I think that's Dwight White. Yep.
Scott Taylor makes a tremendous difference out there in the defensive line. He is one of the strongest and the quickest linemen that we have. And, of course, he's got the experience.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on that play. Ball is resting on the 24-yard line. Back to throw. Going to throw it long.
Intercepted.
Lennon.
That's Lennon coming back with the ball. And he gets it about to the line of scrimmage. Back up near the 25-yard line. So a turnover goes in favor of the Mustangs with 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. And as we said before a couple times tonight, it's time to get something going. I got to believe, Coach, that, I'll mention this after this play. 1st and 10. Cube it back. Got a little time now.
He's open too high. Intercepted on the 49.
Jordan. Nope, that's not Jordan. Overthrown, and that's picked off by Pete Wyman, and he brings it back to the 25-yard line. Had him open, ball just a little too high. Went over Anderson and into Wyman's hands. Makes a nice run back, and it's once again where it was about 10 seconds ago on the 24-yard line of the Mustangs. 1st and 10, Loy Norrix. I got to think that we're going to see Melsby involved a little bit more in the offense.
Yeah, they're so far about every pass they've thrown has been a deep one. They threw one halfback screen, but other than that, they're going to have to hit something a little quicker.
And he caught it.
Yep, I don't even know if that was intended for Nick Snocky. And brought down on the play by Kyle. They were 24?
44.
44, okay. Brought down on the play by Schofield, but not after a gain of 8 yards. Ioka, quick pitch, turned him in.
Oh, good swarming defense.
And that play was made, first of all, by Dan Schofield, who turned him in and then managed to spin out and get a hand on him before 56 came in there, and that's Justin Greiger.
That's the way you're supposed to play the corner out there. He beat the blocking.
And there's a loss on that play.
3 yards.
Of 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Ball just inside the 20-yard line of the Mustangs.
Time for another turnover.
Ooh, there it is, maybe.
Oh, a pitch.
Maybe. No,
No.
he crawled to it.
Yes, he did.
He got it. That's Jordan on the pitch.
Well, there was our opportunity.
And it's going to be 4th down now. And, of course, they're in 4-down territory. So Ioka goes over to the bench and gets to play.
Ioka's not a real big kid. If you
No.
watch, his face mask is perched right on the back side of that center.
He's 5'9", 150 pounds. Drops back. Going to throw it long. Melsby's got him covered. And
Good idea. He knocked it down instead of catching it.
That's a play, yeah.
But he had his legs hurt though a little bit. Dog on it. Number 2, been going for the ball, kind of crumpled his legs.
Well, that gained us about 9 yards by knocking it down instead of intercepting it. All right, 1st and 10 Mustangs here. 5:40 remaining here in the first half. Tie score 6-6. Portage Central and Norrix.
There's a good veer play.
And Glenn Moore brings down Dimmick, but not until there's a gain of, we'll give him 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6, ball resting on the 34-yard line.
Let's get something going here.
There's the counter. And it's brought up over the 35 to about the 37.
That's Chris Winkle carrying the ball.
Again by Winkle. And it'll be 3rd down now and 2 yards, short 2. Tackle made on that by Snocky. And it's a 1st down. Nice run by Winkle to get it up over the 40 for that 1st down. And tackled on that by Dwight White. So Norrix has got some people going both ways, and maybe that'll tell in the 4th quarter. Ball up over the 40-yard line.
It's about time to go to the tight end.
Nope, first person in. Nothing goes there. They give him half a yard on that before the interior line of Norrix brings him down. Putney goes in now for Winkle with the play. Down to 3.5 minutes here in the first half.
Okay.
2nd down and 10. And the pitch. And there was no block there. And coming up is 2 and 12. Snocky and White.
That was just good defense right there.
Yep.
My Norris kids came up and two tacklers on the ball carrier.
Into the ball game is Will Braxman, number 84.
Ian Lennon went in. They're going to probably the spread offense now.
Yep, Anderson and Lennon to this side. Braxma and Anderson to the other side.
Jailbreak.
Okay, that's the Rocket special.
And it's a 1st down.
Yep. Great call.
That's to Melsby, and he gets it down to the 45-yard line before he's brought down by Snocky.
Got the Snocky nicked out.
Huh?
No.
And it's going to be a 1st down.
That's a draw play.
Brad Dimmick,
Great call. That's 2 good calls in a row.
15 yards. Before he's brought down by Justin Peterson. Another first down, close to the 30-yard line for the Mustangs.
That's how you slow down that defensive line rush. All right, Lloyd Norrix going to have 12 men on the field. Yep.
He's open if he catches it.
They had 12 on the field, but they didn't throw the flag.
No.
Well, that's pretty hard to see when you got 12 guys there and one guy's running full tilt off the field and doesn't make it. That's pretty hard to see. Can't expect them to see everything.
Come on now, Coach. There's only 5 of them.
It's the effort that counted.
No, that's right, yeah.
Second down and 10.
He didn't mean to be on the field.
Cubit back to throw. He's got Millsby.
Oh.
No good. Millsby had to come back for it.
Yeah, a little underthrown.
And then he had him beat by a couple steps.
Yes,
If he had got it out there farther, he'd have had him. And it was broken up by Justin Gibson and Montrell Baker.
3rd and 10. We got to do something here.
And we need a first down. We don't need a touchdown. We have 2 timeouts left, so we've got 1:48 on the clock.
We got the double wides again,
Anytime.
both sides. Need the first down, Nick. And there's a flag thrown.
That doesn't look good.
Nope.
It was a face mask, but I'm afraid
it's
a block.
Dwight White made the tackle on the play down around the 25-yard line, but we'll have to sort out what the penalty was.
It doesn't look good.
Talking to Snocky again, so it does not look good. You're right.
He did it from a spot foul now. Hold right at the spot.
10 yards, holding.
No, actually, they didn't do it at the spot. They did it at the end of the play.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant, at the spot.
No, they should have done it at the spot of the penalty where the flag was, and they marked it off where it was the end of the play.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
So that cost us about 5 or 6 more yards than it should have.
Well, anyway, it's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Pardon?
Must have been a hold at the end of the play.
Well, he moved the flag twice, so I don't know where the hold took place.
Timeouts. Portage Central's 3rd or 2nd, Tom?
That's our second.
Second one. Yeah, we have 1 minute and 35 seconds left. If they can pick up a first down, we've got time to put it in the end zone, especially if we throw.
Yes.
And we just have to get that first down. I have not seen them run that out pattern that they ran to Millsby. They ran it once down here, and it was out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're trying to conserve time, he certainly runs a good route.
There's been a couple times we've hit him once or twice. The middle has been open. They seem to be really concentrating on the outside patterns and running somebody inside.
Well, the one for our touchdown pass was to our tight end basically down the seam.
And Lennon dropped or fumbled the one after he caught it down the middle.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have a center fielder, and he kind of will go one way or the other. Now, of course, they've got all kinds of people back there, passing situation.
Well, then you hit it underneath.
80's open right here.
Yep, right here. First down. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. And down
You
to
got
the
it.
20-yard line. First down.
Super effort there by TJ.
Hurry up, guys. They got to move the chains before they start again. Yeah. Run everybody deep and throw underneath. 1st and 10, Mustangs on the 20. Now that's got to be 3 guys. There you go. Free play. Free play. Oh, jeez. Nope. Thrown down in front of him, so... They're going to have to talk to Ryan about it. And walk it off. That's an automatic walk-off, isn't it?
Yeah. if they have 12 or more participating, it's a 15-yard penalty, but if they're just running off the field, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, it's 1st and 5 now. Little overthrown. It's going to be 2nd and 5. That's the out pattern because that guy was giving him about 5 yards.
Yeah, there's a big cushion out there.
Montrell Baker is way off of Melsby. And, of course, if that happens, you're not going to have much luck with an out and up, but you have a lot of luck with the out.
What's the time left?
1:13. 2nd down and 5. And a fumble.
I think we got it.
Looks like
we got it back.
Cubitt had it.
Yeah.
Well, the clock's running, so they better. Now they stop it.
That's our last one, right?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Timeout, Portage Central. 3rd one of the half, so they don't get another one. And it right now is 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 yards to go for a first, and that 1st down is right on the 10-yard line.
What they need to do is get a 1st down and then get up the line right away and spike it. Used to be we couldn't do that. They can do it in the pros, but several years ago they changed the rule in high school, so you quarterback can just step back and actually pass it right into the ground and stop the clock.
But it has to be on a 1st down.
No, it can be any down.
That was our 4th fumble, and we're 50-50 for recovering them.
Okay, he was hit just as they threw there.
So it'll be 4th down, and you know what? They're going to try a field goal here.
Mm-hmm.
Cubitt's going to try and kick a field goal. You got the field goal team in there. Who's our snapper? McIntosh?
Nope, Brooks Monroe.
Brooks Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay, Cubitt's going to try it.
McIntosh is going to be the snapper.
McIntosh,
Brooks
okay.
plays in the guard on that.
Nice snap. Ball is up.
He's got it far enough.
It's good.
Good. Oh,
We're talking a 30-yard field goal there, folks.
about 32. That reminds me of Brian King last year.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, he nailed that one.
He sure did. How far, Tom? 32?
I think it was, set it down on the 22. Yeah, 32 yard.
With 54 seconds remaining here in the first half, Ryan Cubitt kicks a 32-yard field goal to put the Mustangs ahead 9-6. And that sounds like the time of year it is where they're having the baseball playoffs, 9-6. Doesn't sound like a football score, but that's what you've got. So if we can hold them off for 54 yards, of course, Norrix is like some of the other teams in the league. They got a lot of speed, and you're always fearful of somebody breaking loose. We saw a little of that last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anderson's going to kick.
It'd probably be a squib. We kicked one shallow last time, but it was a regular kick, and they had a good return.
Yeah, they only have one person there in the middle.
Shank it. He kicked it again.
Okay, hit the ground.
12,
On the 15-yard line.
Well, the right guy's got it. 30 doesn't look like he can run.
Okay, good job.
Down on the 20-yard line. That was Mike Boyd running with the ball. Who's coming off the bottom there? And Ben Babcock makes the tackle on the play.
21.
So the Mustangs have to hold them for 46 seconds before they go into the locker room and make their adjustments.
I'm not sure Norrix will want to throw the ball. It doesn't look like their strong suit.
Well, they've got the number 6, the quarterback in there now,
Okay.
so he's not their passing quarterback.
So what do? Boy, you guys are great over here. You know that?
Yeah. Well, like I said, how close was that to the receiver? I mean, he's not their passing quarterback.
When I make my picks for this weekend's games, will you guys help me out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the closest person to the ball was Coach Knight there. Jared Hupengard was right in his face, did a good job there.
Now they have 2 wideouts.
Give him a little bit more room here.
That's the new running back, number 33.
Yeah, that's Dwight. 32?
33.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yep.
That's all right. Antoine Allen is the new running back. He's a junior, 6'1", 200 pounds. And the numbers on the tackle again? Oh, that's Greiger and Price on the tackle. Gain of a yard and a half. We'll call it second down and 9. Third down and 9.
Nice.
And the clock runs out. Melsby finally brings down Antoine Allen. Both teams head for the locker room.
And that's the way to take down someone that weighs 50 pounds more. You took his feet right off the rim.
Get the shoestrings.
Great play by Rob Melsby.
So as both teams head for the locker room, we'll be back with some statistics before the start of the second half. But right now, let's turn it over to the Portage Central Mustang Marching Band.
Pretty good effort from the defensive tackle.
Number 20. Going for 5. Okay, we're ready back here for the second half. Portage Central Mustangs versus the Lloyd Norrix Knight, and that was our Portage Central Mustang marching band you've been watching. How about some statistics, Tom, on the first half?
Again? Okay. Portage Central had 6 first downs. Lloyd Norrix had 4. We attempted 12 passes, completed 4 of them for 127 yards, 70 of them coming on one play for our touchdown. Lloyd Norrix completed 1 out of 7. We intercepted them once. They intercepted us once. So we lost 2 fumbles out of the 4. They fumbled once and recovered their own fumble. 90 yards rushing for Norrix, 22 for Portage Central. We have the advantage because of a 32-yard field goal right near the end of the first half.
And that's where it stands right now, 9-6, Portage Central. And they are going to be kicking off to the Knights, so they'll have to come up with the first defensive stand of the second half. And, boy, it was a pretty even first half, wasn't it, Coach, between offenses and defenses? Of course, they were in our territory a lot more than we were in theirs, but...
Yeah, it was a matter of big plays. They had a big play, the 70-yard run down near the goal line, and they eventually scored. And then, of course, we had the 70-yard pass play, and they had the good punt return. And so it was kind of back and forth there for a while. And then the Mustangs kind of stiffened on defense, and I thought they kind of controlled the line of scrimmage in the second quarter. So hopefully we'll get a nice kick like we did in the first half and
hold them inside the 30-yard line has always been our goal.
Yeah, we stopped them actually on the 20.
And who's kicking?
Anderson's kicking off. And takes a hop on the 25 where it's picked up by number 20. And Price said that's the furthest you're going to Justin Peterson. And they're going to spot it where first contact was made on the 31-yard line. First and 10 Knights. Knights haven't experienced the success they've had in the last couple of years, Coach.
Well, interesting, of course, they had little Johnny Flowers, graduated 2 years ago, and then T.J. Duckett last year, and they're both playing running back for Michigan State. Now, that's pretty good quality players there. Okay, Norrix is back in their power offense again, unbalanced line, strong left in the backfield.
Tailback. Puts his head down. Gets a couple of yards before the Mustang line brings him down. And that was Dwight White.
Of course, that scares me because they just come right at us, and they're toe-to-toe, and they outweigh us. So we're going to have somebody stick their nose in a submarine and create a pile right there.
There's 3-yard gain on the play. And it's to him again. And he jumps over the pile and gets 3 more. And he's tackled by Babcock, but not before it's brought up to the 38-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 3. He runs hard in there, doesn't he, Coach?
Well, yeah, it's a load. He's got 2 big kids in front of him blocking for him, too. And so it's, like I say, we're just going to have to stack them up. Of course, what you're concerned about is fake and the quarterback rollout.
And he gets up close to the 50-yard line before the first contact is made there by Lennon.
And Scott Taylor is back there to finish off the pile. That's pretty good effort from a defensive tackle.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line, and I have a pretty good idea what they're trying to do.
I think they pretty much established their game plan right here.
They're going right between the tackles. No, they got a lot of people in the box now. They got 10 people in the box. Yep. And he's a strong runner, but how many times can he do it? You know, he gained 5 yards right there, 4 yards. And it's Babcock and Price making the tackle again, but we had 10 people in the box. And you want to explain what the box is, Coach?
Well, that's the area from defensive end to defensive end, and then about 3 yards back. And of course, the more people you put in there, it's tougher to run it against, but of course, it's quite easy to pass. And you're right, we have 10 people up and a single safety back there, Ian Lennon. Now Jason Scudder drops back a little bit, but we're expecting to run, and we're getting it. That's the way to do it, right there. Okay.
Scott Taylor got a hold of him there and said, that's the farthest you're going, so there's probably a loss on that play.
Scott Taylor grabbed the shirt and had a tug-of-war out there. And these running backs for Norrix are not going to be brought down by one person. They're big, strong runners. So now it's 7 yards to go. We may see something a little deception here, a little fancy.
Well, Dwight White's run the ball the last 5 times, I believe, so we'll see if he gets it again. Yep, got it again. And that's where they're going. He got a first down. And they're going right between the tackles. Tackle there by Schofield and Price. 3rd and long 4, and that's what they did. They gave it to the same person, Dwight White. And he's going to get it again. And he gets down to the 35. And it's solo tackle there by Lennon. It's going to be 2nd down now, and let's call it 5. Down on the 35-yard line. They're going to have to shore that up. He's run the ball every play in this drive so far.
Oh, 45 ran it once.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just to give him a breather.
What a great second effort.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like Duckett out there last year. And somebody called a timeout, and it was the Mustangs.
I'm sure Coach Knight is going to make some adjustments right here because, like you mentioned, their plan is to go right at us between the tackles, and that's exactly what they're doing. And well, we had one bad play where we throw in for a loss. We had a 3rd and 7, and then, of course, they got the first down. So when teams run at you like that, you've got to make a bad play happen for them. or a penalty or something, because if they get 4 yards 3 times, it's a first down.
Yeah, right now they have the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they do.
It's tough to get it back once you lose it.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, Coach Knight's down there talking to the defense right now. And momentum definitely has started out with Loy Norrix to start the second half here, and they're down by 3. The score's 9-6, Portage Central. And he gets it again. He just gets into the pile and pushes forward.
About 3.
And the thing is, he doesn't make contact with the pile until the pile's 2 yards down the line, or 2 yards down the field. And again, we got Cliff Price in the tackle there, along with Hoopengarner. It's down on the 25-yard line, where it's second down now and 7. Gain of 3 on that play. Still with a power eye. Here he goes again. And there's a flag down.
I think he was leaning before the ball was snapped. Yep. Okay, well, there's the break we needed right there.
Now it's going to be second down and about 12.
12. Mm-hmm.
And 45 comes in the ball game, so maybe they'll give him a break.
He's going in blocking back, though. Of course, that doesn't mean he can't carry the ball, but yeah, he's going to. Yeah, 12 is going to block now, and 45 is going to carry the ball a while.
Coming around this side, they got him turned.
Oh, Jason Scudder, super.
Nice play by Scudder, number 11. Got Jordan down for about a 5-yard loss.
You talk about taking the blocker on, which is your first responsibility. Shed the blocker, make the tackle. And, of course, he did what he should do. He's outweighed by about 50 pounds. He grabbed Cloth. He didn't try to make a big hit. He grabbed Cloth and dragged him down. And, of course, the pursuit got there. That's how you draw it on the board, how the cornerback should play that sweep play.
Now it's third down and 17.
Here's a pass. It's up for grabs. Nobody's going to get it. Right.
Melsby out there covering on Montrell Baker. So this will be interesting right here. They're on the 40-yard line. Are they going to punt it, or do they feel they're in 4-down territory?
I think they're going to go for it.
I think so too. 4th down and 17.
Yeah, I would pooch it, but that's why I'm up here, not down there making the decisions. Come on, Oh, yeah, you talk about a play. Justin
nice
Greiger.
play, Greiger.
Oh.
Greiger and Chris Jenny, right on him. That's a loss of 5. So the Mustangs take over on the 40. And more, Coach. Score here by the Mustangs. Big score. You know, to put them way up. Not way up, but, 2 scores away.
Yeah, that's way up, yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see when Norrix gets the ball again, if they stay with his power offense or if they go to the wideout.
Yeah, because they were rolling right down the field with it.
Well, the problem is, though, like you say, you have one bad play, then you're in trouble.
Cupid follows it, and it looks to me like they ran that a little bit more inside than they did before. That's the first veer, right?
Well, that was a blast all the way. The reason I say that is because in their backfield we now have Cliff Price and Ben Babcock, two ends, and they're in there strictly to block. So he might have waved the ball at Ben Babcock, but he wasn't going to hand it to him. It was strictly a blast play all the way. They do that in passing situations also because they're better blocking. They're bigger bodies. Okay, now we have 2 tight ends and 1 wide out.
And 2 ends in the backfield.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it looked to me like
Norrix jumped first.
Everybody but center Yep. Everybody but the center went. So it goes from 2nd and 4 down to now 2nd and 9. And those kind of mistakes are hurters.
Yep.
Slippery footing there, so Cubitt really, he turned upfield but couldn't get anything going. And that was tackled by Snocky, who's having a heck of a ball game out here. Every time we look up, number 2 is, and he's going both ways.
Yeah, he was an all-conference selection last year at the Big 8 Conference, so he's a veteran out there, and he's playing all-conference caliber again tonight. Okay, now we have the 2 wideouts again.
Back to throw.
Oh my goodness.
Almost.
Had it, dropped it.
That's first down.
TJ Nelson on the receiving end there. Close to a first down. Now we're in a punting situation.
Had a 62-yarder last time, Bill. Let's see if we can get another one.
Boy, that certainly would be nice.
Good bounce.
Well, he netted the back. Never
in the end zone this time, though. We don't want that. There you go.
There it goes. Nice. Why let it hit?
Ground. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good job. Good job.
I'm asking myself, why put people back there if you don't catch it? You know? Otherwise, rush 11 and let it bounce.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you rush 11, then they fake punt against you.
We'll stun them from there.
Okay. Yeah, it's really important that you catch the punt, even if you have to fair catch, because
it'll save you 15 or more yards.
Most of the time it will bounce forward. Occasionally it will bounce back.
Well, it's 1st and 10 Norrix. Ball on the 18-yard line.
Okay, they're still in their power offense.
And it's to the one they started out with.
It's White.
And that's White again, and he rolls up there for a good 7 yards before Lennon and Melsby come in there and make the tackle along with Schofield. And it takes 3 of them to bring him down. They had success with that going down the field the last time until they got away from it.
Well, the penalty set them back, and then we had 2 big plays back to back.
Okay, so it's 2nd down and 3. It's White again, right up the middle.
Hang on.
And luckily, Lennon grabbed a hold of him and rode his back until he got wrestled down at about the 40-yard line.
15.
Gain of 15 yards. 1st and 10.
They may have to take a timeout. They run him about 6 straight times, give him a break, and then run him more.
He's running just as hard as he was, wasn't he?
Well, he's been playing defense, and the last time we got the ball, he went out for a few plays, so he got a little gassed up.
Wham it over that side this time.
That's
and
better. There we go. Okay.
Hold on.
And he didn't get anything before it looked like there were about 9 players from the Mustangs in on that tackle. So they gained a yard.
I took my grandfather to a football game one time, and he sat there and watched, and he says, well, how come they always run where all the players are? He couldn't figure that out.
Good question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to say.
That's unusual, too.
Yes, it is.
Going to be 2nd down and 9.
Okay, get out there. Babcock, yes.
Babcock made the initial hit, and Melsby came up and helped, along with Greiger. And all of a sudden, there you go. There's 2 big plays again.
They don't run that play quite as well without Reese carrying the ball.
No.
There's a flag on the play. Or what is that laying there?
No.
It's
Nope.
just a towel, maybe.
It's just a handkerchief.
Piece of equipment or flesh or something.
Yeah,
All right, 3rd down and 10 now.
Okay, now we got to do the job here.
grouped up in there again.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a good job.
White gets 2 yards, but it's not enough.
Jenny,
And
super job.
Awesome.
Chris Jenny made the tackle. And this will be Loy Norrix's first punt of the ball game, Coach?
No,
Second punt, that's right. Last time we almost blocked it, but he got it off. And it ended up being a pretty good punt.
Okay, they got...
They got something. Maybe a timeout.
Ball hit the ground.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice
he
job.
banged it.
Melsby's got it picked up. Oh, he got a little running room.
25.
And he gets it up over the 35-yard line to about the 37, and there is a flag down.
And it can only be face mask, because Melsby was the only one there. Everybody else was from Loy Norrix, so that's what it is. So it's 15 more, so that's going to put us up in midfield. Great field position.
And it's going to be over the midfield stripe. Mustangs will take over in night territory. A minute left here in the third quarter. The Mustangs hold a 3-point lead, 9-6, over the Loy Norrix Knights.
When you run a power offense like Loy Norrix did, that eats up the clock also.
That Dimmick hits up on the left tackle, and he's brought down by Justin Peterson for no gain. Also in on the tackle is Mike Rogers. We're no gain, second down and 10. I'm going to predict right here a pass to Melsby. Nope. Let's go to Anderson.
He's open.
And let's go to Anderson for a touchdown.
48 yards.
48-yard touchdown to Nick Anderson. Cube it to Anderson.
That was a picture-perfect pass. He laid it out there, and Nick ran under it. And that's how you throw the fade pass, right there.
Nice call, Coach.
That's a good call there, Coach. You're half right. It was a pass.
It was a pass and a long one, and a touchdown. That was 48 yards, Tom?
Yep.
Cubit will try the extra point. And it's good.
And that would have been good from about 30 yards out, too. That was all the way out on the track, and he nailed it.
So the score now stands with 21 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Portage Central 16, Loy Norrix 6. And what I meant by that score right there is now Loy Norrix has to score twice. Instead of, they can't even score and get a two-pointer to bring it, for a tie.
That's
so they're
true,
going to have to score 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And from what we saw last week when we had 72 points scored,
Totally different ball game.
Totally different ball game right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a slugfest down here, tackle to tackle. Where last week, we were talking afterwards. Baraka had 5 touchdowns last week, and the longest run he made was 90 yards, and that was on a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
The ball's in the middle of the field. He took off running right, almost got forced out of bounds on the right-hand side, reversed his field, and ran just inside the pylon over here on the left side for a 90-yard run for 2 points.
He had a 70-yard interception return.
That's right.
He got one on the goal line and ran it back 70 yards. He didn't score on it, but he covered a lot of field last week.
Yes, he did. And it's well worth bringing up. He had quite a night. We haven't seen a night like that on this field for a long time. Anderson's kick is caught on the 17-yard line. And knocked out of bounds is Cordell Brooks. So Loy Norrix is going to have it 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line.
And I want to compliment the Mustangs kickoff team. A lot of these kids on the kickoff team don't play regular, so they get out there. This is their chance to do something, and they really hustled down there. About 5 or 6 people were right down there on the tackle.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see if they try to open it up a little bit. There's plenty of time left in the ball game. 16 seconds here in the third quarter. This might be the last play. And guess who they give it to? And he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah.
And he just looked, well, I'm not going to say that he looked a little slower. I'm going to say that the line of scrimmage stayed on the line of scrimmage a little bit better.
Chris Jenny is really doing a good job. That's where I think the quickness is taking over against the size.
And that ends the third quarter, so they're going to go down to the north end of the field, put it on the 31-yard line, and give Loy Norrix their second down there. And the Portage Central Mustangs have come out a little more fired up here in the second half, and they've got the only score here in the second half. They're ahead 16-6. The field looks like it's a little chewed up, Coach.
Yeah, well, you figure that there are 3 games played on this field every week. There's a freshman and a JV game every Thursday, either Portage Central or Portage Northern, and then a varsity game every Friday. And so it takes its toll as the season goes on. And of course, all you have to do is have one Thursday afternoon when it's raining. You have the 2 teams out there, and it really chews it up. And of course, this time of year the grass doesn't grow back very much, so basically this is the way it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to look like the top of my head.
Yes, it is.
By the way, today is Mike Teague's 40th birthday.
It is.
40 years old.
Well, happy birthday to Mike.
Just a child.
And who's Mike Teague? He's the fellow that keeps the athletic fields in tip-top shape for Portage schools. And he does.
We don't appreciate it till we go to other fields, and then
That's
we
right.
see what a great job they do here.
Now we're going to go outside a little bit. Quarterback's going to keep it. And Cook's going to be brought down after a gain of 5 to 6 yards. And that looked like a keeper all the way before Jenny brought him down.
Yeah, that was a planned play.
And just get one more blocker out ahead of him. He didn't look very quick on that, Coach.
No. Well, they ran, that was T.J. Duckett's favorite play there. And that's what he'd do. He would just kind of fall around there, and then he'd take off. And
A little later.
Yeah, Jared comes in a little late here.
well, what happened was Ben Babcock took himself out of the game. He was injured in some way, and they were late getting a replacement in, which is Jared Huppengarner. And so the Mustangs did the right thing, take a timeout, rather than have a bad play.
Their second one.
So here in the fourth quarter, there's 11:24 remaining. And the defense of the Mustangs, certainly in the second half, has come out and played very strongly, except for that one drive where they gained about 3 or 4 first downs. Other than that, the line of scrimmage has pretty much stayed where the ball is. And, of course, number 12, he's got to be tired a little bit. I mean, he's run the ball how many times, Tom? No one asked you that one? Dwight White? He's going to run it
13 times in the third quarter alone.
13 times. And here he goes again. But there's a flag on the play, and he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, hopefully it's against them, and we'll probably decline the penalty because he did not get the first down. Backfield in motion.
So now, if they decline it, it'll be 4th down and 4. And they are going to decline it. I can tell you that. I know the secret call down here.
Now, the rule says that the decision has to be made by the captain. And it's amazing how many coaches are out there waving it, they're taking it, whatever. And Norrix is not going to punt. They're going to go for it. So this is a really big play here.
Jump off sides.
Yep. It might be a dead ball call. Nope. And he did not make it. He did not make it.
No, the herd got there.
Yep.
First ones there were Cliff Price, number 85, and Jennings.
I tell you, Chris Jenny is really having himself a ball game out there. He is all over the place. Okay, now the Mustangs have to put another one in.
Take some time, take 4 or 5 minutes here, and
Then I can stop
Get
taking
another
my
score.
ulcer medicine.
they got the small backs in there now again. Going to throw anyway.
Nice touch.
Beautiful catch by Melsby. Beautiful.
39 yards.
Ball was over his head. He went up with two hands and stuck there like flies on flypaper. And then he just took 2 steps and he's in the end zone. How far was that?
39 yards. I tell you, it's going to be a while before we see a receiver like Melsby.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And the thing of it is, he plays the whole game on defense. I mean, he does a great job there.
So we'll see now here. Cubitt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna take it and try. Ian Lenning's gonna hold. McIntosh is gonna center. It's put down. It's hit.
No good.
And it's off to the left. It was tipped, I think, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. Being an old kicker, being an old everything, his first and last kick, it looked to me like his plant foot might have slipped a little bit. Usually when it goes through ugly like that off the tee, it's because you didn't plant your left foot properly. Now that may not be true, but it looks like that to me.
Well, that gives him a 16-point lead now, 22-6. And that, with 10:52 remaining here in the ball game, that gives you a little sigh of relief. We just can't let them have any big plays.
That's the key, yeah.
And it's about the time they're going to have to try and have some big plays. They can't afford to go tackle to tackle now anymore, and we've stopped that pretty well. So another pick or so here would be real good for us.
Yeah, if they continue running the power offense, the clock is going to run out before they can score twice at 3 or 4 yards of play.
Yep, they'd have to score twice and 2-point conversions on both to tie the ball game. So breathe a sigh of relief up here. Anderson to kick. Hits the ground on the 18-yard line.
Oh.
And he gets it up over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. And that was number 30, Mike Boyd. He's only 5'4", 134 pounds, but he found a couple little holes there, and up he scooted before 32, Jamison Putnick, held back there like he should and made the tackle. 1st and 10 Knights.
Okay, they're going to their spread formation.
Power I, 2 wideouts. Cook back to throw. Throws long. Melsby's going to pick. No, not Melsby.
That's Lennon.
Lennon.
Cut back.
Cut back. There you go.
Don't clip. Hang on to the ball. Okay.
All right. Back down to the 27-yard line. And they kind of looked at each other, didn't they?
Yeah.
Melsby and Lennon. And Melsby, go ahead, Alphonse, you take it.
Looked like the shortstop and second baseman going out on the pop.
Yeah.
You call it, you take it.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker for Loy Norrix.
45-yard.
Well, I'm sure Coach Drake said we've got to do something other than what we were doing, and so you take the risk. And of course, the ball was launched a little bit too high. Okay, Mustangs are in their spread. We got Schofield, Anderson to the left.
We got a draw play here. There it is, but it didn't go anywhere. Went absolutely nowhere. Well, one of the reasons might be is maybe the defensive line of Loy Norrix a little tired, and they didn't come through there as fast as we expected them to come through there.
Yeah. Yep.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Now, what did that set up? You see somebody come across the middle? There is nobody in the middle.
That's right, yeah.
You know that Broxma there, number 84, nobody's gone, nobody even looking at him. Look at Broxma in the end zone.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to wait.
No,
I mean, there's nobody actually looking at Broxma.
3-step drop and lay it out there.
Yeah, let him run under it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they saw it in the booth down here. There was nobody lined up on him. Okay, now Putney comes in with that information. And number 80 comes in, TJ Nelson, to tell Cubitt to throw it to Broxma.
No.
No, because Broxma's coming out. And they're just going back to the 2 wideouts. Well, they still have nobody in the middle.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is. And Cubitt had to throw that falling backwards. Intended receiver there was TJ. And he just went right down the seam as a tight end. As far as I'm concerned, they should put Broxma back in there. Okay, here we go. It was open once, might be open again. Nope, they got the 2 backs in there now. Staying in the throw.
Get a block.
Good block. Cubitt's going to try and keep it.
No. Too far to go. Okay, defense.
4th down, no go, so Norrix gets the ball again. I thought for a minute there over when Clark Jansen came back, number 73, and laid that block on the pursuer that he might have a little time to throw, but he didn't. So back on the field go the Mustang defense, and there's 8:52 remaining here in the ball game, with the Mustangs leading 22-6. Ioka to throw, a little screen out to this side. No go to Glenn Moore. A little bit overthrown. Greiger out there to make the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now.
Ayoko is now playing quarterback. I think he throws the ball a little bit better.
They're still using the power eye with the 2 wideouts. Ioka hands off this time, looking for a hole. And that again is their big workhorse, Dwight White.
Well, I tell you, he's a hard runner.
56, 72.
And then Greiger and Chris Jenny and Scott Taylor all in there on the tackle. Third down. Doesn't look real tired to me. He ran hard on that play.
Yeah, he got the 1st down.
44-85.
And that's Price and Schofield making the tackle, but not before it's 1st down Loy Norrix up on the 42-yard line. Just inside of 8 minutes to play here in this contest. Ooh, stuck right there that time.
77.
Yeah, Scott Taylor.
Taylor and then Price in there and
Like
McIntosh in there.
Scott Taylor's going on courage out there. His ankle is really sore. But when the ball snaps, he doesn't feel a thing.
Nope. Gain of 2.
Okay, we got a con set out here. 2 wide receivers left.
And he rolls out away from the handoff.
Good job, Jason.
Nice coverage there by Scudder, number 11. Incomplete pass. We'll make it 3rd down and 8. Now we're down to 7 minutes.
Travis Rishis just went in for
Babcock.
Right in.
Slant is complete to 3. Montrell Baker. Greiger there to make the tackle along with Lennon. And it's a first down over the midfield stripe down to the 45-yard line of the Mustangs.
It's a nice slant pattern.
Yeah,
it's hard to cover.
It is, yeah. It's a safe pass.
Back to Dwight White. And the herd brings him down on the 40-yard line after a gain of 5 yards.
Well, I tell you, that kid has been pounded tonight. He is really taking the shots, and he just keeps coming back for more. He's a tough kid.
Coming off the bottom of the pile is Price. Can you give me how many times he's run the ball tonight, Tom?
18 times this half.
Okay.
23 times.
Wow.
Second down and 5. Ioka back. He's going to throw it long. It's going to be overthrown. Scudder on the coverage out there on Montrell Baker.
And getting back to White carrying the ball 23 times, just about every time he's been tackled has been by 3 or 4 Mustangs.
Yes, it is.
He's taking quite a pounding in there tonight.
You'll feel it after a shower tonight.
I think early in the game, Ian Lennon told the rest of the Mustangs more than one guy has to take him on.
He was right.
3rd and 5. And it was intended out here for Glenn Moore on some kind of screen, and it just didn't work. So it's going to be 4th down, and obviously they're going to have to go for it with the score the way it is.
Of course, on a screen pass, the idea is to let the offensive lineman through, but I think Scott Taylor got through a little quicker than they expected.
It looked like a double screen.
It could have been,
Because
yeah.
White went to the right and we knocked him over. That's why I think he came back to the left. They sent 2 linemen out each way.
All right, 4th down and 5. Almost intercepted, but you didn't want to intercept it anyway.
No, 4th down.
He'll turn over the ball to the Mustangs, and that might have been, with 5:40 remaining here in the ballgame, might have been the last gasp unless there's some horrendous mistakes made by the Mustangs.
Good pressure there by Jared Hoopengarner, right in his face.
A couple of first downs here now for the Mustangs would help solidify this 22-6 lead they hold here in the 4th quarter. You're watching Cable Access, Channel 31, here at McCamley Field in Portage, Michigan, between the Portage Central Mustangs and the Lloyd Norrix Knights. Big 8 conference contest. Anderson comes split out wide right.
2 tight end set.
Nice run there by Dimnick.
Yeah, that was a nice hole.
And he popped outside. He saw it and popped outside. Tackled there by 40. Wyman. Not too many white uniforms down there on Lloyd Norrix side. You've got some people there that have been in the ball. Look, number 12 there. He's playing middle linebacker on defense.
Number 2,
Snocky. He has not come out. Nick hasn't come out. And our back's running hard there. That's Putnick. And they're brought down by White and Sean Williams.
Okay, Mustangs are getting some clean uniforms out there now. I see Joe Brown went out.
Kyle Sparks is in there, number 24. Cuba's still the quarterback. And guess what? They ran right over Joe Brown, number 75, and no, I don't think they picked up a first down, but they're pretty close. Tackled again by Dwight White and also Nick Snockey. And I want to mention Nick because there's a young man that goes to our church, and we talk football every now and then. And, of course, before last year's game, he was pretty excited about what was going to happen, and then that didn't happen, and we didn't talk football for a couple of weeks at church. But he's a great young man, and as you can see tonight, he plays a lot of hard football. There's the counter. Not much of a gain there. And Snockey makes the tackle there on Jason Putnick. But Sunday when I see him in church, I'll have to congratulate him on a whale of a ball game he played tonight. It's second down.
There he is.
And it's going to be a touchdown. Nope. 5-yard line.
Yeah.
I wish they'd make that thing white.
Or bright red or something.
Or something,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was the last line I saw right there, and I thought that would be it. That's to T.J. Nelson. How far was that, Coach?
Where's that?
It's on the
4-yard
line? 5-yard line.
5-yard line.
28 yards.
First and 10 Mustangs. Travis Rich, number 83, comes in at a tight end. I see Nathan Kill, number 78, right next to him at a tackle. Cubitt rolls out. Pretty well covered down there by Cook. And Cubitt had to go low for any chance of a getting to him.
That's Kyle Sparks out there.
And Sparks just couldn't go down and get it. So what we have now is second and goal on the 5-yard line. And there's 3 minutes remaining in this contest. Oh, okay, 23 is in there. That's Trevor Ackerson.
Okay.
And he split out wide to the side. Down close to the goal line is Dimmick.
That's Winkle.
Is it 30 or 40?
40.
Was it 40?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Chris Winkle. Put it down about the 2-yard line, where it's third down. Up. Never got started. Who was that? Nice tackle there by 65. Yeah, Snockey was in there, but the big hit was made by number 65, Mike Rogers. He's 6 foot, 245-pound senior. Now it's fourth down, and we're going to call a 4. And he's in. Nice 4-yard run by Chris Winkle for the touchdown. And that pretty much puts the ball game out of reach. So with 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining. The score here now is 29 for the Portage Central Mustangs and 6 for the Loy Norrix Knights. And Loy Norrix was on the board first with those 6 points. Portage Central has come back.
Well, I tell you what we had to do. I don't know if the kids were ready to play against power offense like that, but it took us a few series to come up that level. And of course, the big play was when Reese got hurt. That really hurt their offense, because if he'd still been in there, I'm sure we'd have seen more of a wide open offense from Loy Norrix. But the minute he went down, then they went to their power running backs, particularly Dwight White, and so that was a big turning point in his injury.
And they were effective, but they always seem to have something happen that would stop or stall them.
It's pretty tough in high school to have like a 15 to 20 play drive without something going wrong.
Nice kick. And he's going to pick it up on the 4-yard line. And he's going to put it down on the 1-yard line.
Oh, Brian Deal.
Who was that? Brian Deal that
Yeah.
got down there and made the first contact?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a whole host of them down there. They didn't see many blue jerseys lying down. They were all down there around the ball carrier.
I'm really impressed with the Mustang kickoff team. I knew these guys really hustle.
And they're going to place it on the 5-yard line. I thought that's where he picked it up and started to retreat. It's going to be 1st and 10, Lloyd Norrix. And let's see if we can get some other numbers in here. 89 has gone in. That's Matt Kaler. Jenny comes out, and he's had a heck of a ball game tonight. Second person through, but not through, just to the line of scrimmage.
It's our man White.
Is that White again? Is that 12 again?
76, 64,
And that
40,
76?
45.
45, okay.
43 and 55 go in the ball game. That's Tommy Dimmick. And 55 is Nick Chard. Got a lot of new people in there.
45.
You got Patrick O'Reilly out on the left side, number 20. Found the little seal there. And 54 is on it, who is
30.
Chris Secondi's 54. What number do you have, Jack?
55 and 31.
Okay. Nick Chart has just been in there, 55. And Brad Dimmick also. And Nate Kill in there to tackle, number 78.
44 is coming back. 45 and 8.
Travis Rich, number 83, at a defensive end on this side.
Will Broxma on the left side.
Broxma on the left side. See, he did get back in the ball game like I said he would, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has
might be the ball game.
he has a lot of people in there now. Clock is counting down from 4. So the Mustangs are going to remain in first place, probably tied with somebody, with 2 Big 8 conference games to go after this win against crosstown rival Kalamazoo Loy Norrix with a score of 29-6. Wrapping it up a little bit while you guys get your thoughts together. In the first quarter, Loy Norrix scored first on a 1-yard run by Dwight White. The extra point was not good, and they led 6-0. The Mustangs came back, and on a 70-yard pass from Cubitt to T.J. Nelson, the extra point not good, wide right, 6-6 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the only scoring was done by the Mustangs, and that was with 54 seconds left before halftime. Cubitt kicked a 32-yard field goal, so the Mustangs went into the locker room with a 9-6 lead. In the third quarter, with 21 seconds remaining, Cubitt threw 48 yards to Anderson, and the score went to 15-6. In the fourth quarter, the Mustangs scored twice. With about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, Cubitt threw 39 yards to Melsby, and the extra point was not good, so the score stood at 22-6. And then Chris Winkle, with less than 2 minutes to go in the ball game, ran in from 4 yards. Cubitt kicks the extra point, and the final score was 29-6. Tom, you got those stats anywhere near, or do you want me to go to Inglesby first?
Yes, go to Coach Inglesby first.
Thoughts on the game, Coach, and what's coming up?
Well, like you say, we are still in first place. We control our own destiny. We have a 4-1 record, 2 games to go. So if we win the last 2, the worst we can end up with is a tie for the conference championship. Also, if we win the last 2, we will qualify for the state playoffs, because if you get 6 wins, you're automatically in. So a lot at stake these last 2 weeks. I don't know if any of you have been in Portage Central High School, but we have a Hall of Champions photos, and it's a great honor to have your championship photograph up on the wall. It'll be there, of course, for as long as the school is there. And so they take great pride in those pictures, and of course great pride in our championships. And so it's up to us. I was a little skeptical about how the Mustangs would play tonight after last week when they I won't say they got embarrassed, but we got beaten.
They were shellacked last week.
And we came out and we were kind of back on our heels at the start of the game, and Norrix went up first. And then all of a sudden, we got it going, and I thought we outplayed them the last 3 quarters. And of course, once again, the great passing, Ryan Cubitt, and he hit his 3 primary receivers, Nelson, Henderson, and Melsby, each for a long touchdown. And of course, that's a threat that's always there. You know, you talk about being able to score anytime the ball snaps. Well, the Mustangs kind of have that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, next week they face Kalamazoo Central, and then again we have to worry about speed over there, don't we?
Oh yeah, they've got a kid by the name of Jennings that can really move. So we'll have to play super defense again.
All right, Tom.
Okay, 29-6 final score. Norrix had 179 yards on the ground. They only had 19 yards in the air, and that's almost reverse of what Portage Central. The Mustangs had 52 yards on the ground, but 242 in the air, 7 for 18. We had 3 touchdowns out of the 4 that we scored through the air, and rushing plays, Norrix ran a lot more of those than we did because we passed the ball more than they did. But we have to come out, as Coach Inglesby said, next week. It will be against Kalamazoo Central speed, and we're going to have to get a little bit more consistency, I think, now at the end of the season here, and score on a few more longer drives because you kind of live and die on that long one, although we're pretty good at doing that. So good way to bounce back from last week.
Okay, next week we are on the road. We go over to Kalamazoo Central, but we'll be here the final week of the regular season when we play a very tough team. Will be host to the Battle Creek Bearcats. So I hope you'll tune in 2 weeks to see that ball game. For Tom Monroe, Vern Inglesby, I'm Bill Hill for Channel 31 Cable Access, signing off.